to another edition from a Third Eye View. Missed.
Right. Look at this. As much coordination as the Liverpool defense in East London yesterday. Go on, run it again from the top, fam.
What, you really going to talk about defense?
Yeah,
you really going to talk about defense?
Really going to
talk about coordination?
Yeah,
Man has Ollie in charge. You want to talk about coordination?
We go talk about
Calm
coordination.
yourself down.
We go talk about coordination. But go on, introduce the show, fam.
You introduce the show.
Introduce the show. I told this guy beforehand, because I had to click go live because the producers are busy. But yes, people, welcome back to another edition of From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, and I'm joined by my fellow co-host, Mr. I've seen more in the night than you've seen in your life, aka Stato, aka Bloodstro, aka Stro. So Stro, how you doing?
Aka Mr. Ollie in.
Oh, this guy hilarious, isn't it? Hilarious Donny, you know. This
Yeah,
guy.
I'm
hilarious.
hilarious.
But yeah, how you doing, Stro, first and foremost?
I'm good.
Love that. Yeah, man, I'm blessed. Can't complain. You know what I'm saying? Outside of football, life is
a
great.
rough weekend for us both this weekend.
Because it was unexpected. Like, it's gonna be a rough weekend. It's kind of like if you get me, your other half and you don't like you have to go. Maybe you don't like your in-laws. You know what I'm saying? And you're going there on like family trip. So you're like, all right, we're gonna stomach this weekend type of thing. Like, that's what it's kind of like with Manchester United. Okay. That's what I'm getting at. Like, a bad weekend's coming up.
That is a banging analogy.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like, you don't like the in-laws, so you're like, all right, I'm just gonna stomach it through this Friday to Sunday, and then you're back home Monday. It's kind of like that with Manchester United. Like, I know it's gonna be bad, so I'm like, I ain't gonna complain about it. We just go grin, bear it, and get through it. Literally, it's the only side of this that is work for me.
That is a great analogy.
Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just swinging and missing. Sometimes you get me home runs, you know what I'm saying, and that. But I love to everyone who's supporting. Now, apologies for missing last week as well. People, it's rare we do miss a week, so our apologies. But life gets in the way. We be busy.
We've missed like once in like 2 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Twice in 2 years.
Yeah, it's immaculate. So we take like 1 year, just one show off. Yeah, we don't miss. But love to everyone who's locked in, or the regulars. And if you are new here as well, it is a Premier League show where myself and Stro discuss all of the weekend's results from the Premier League. I hate starting here, but we have to start here because it's always the talking point. It's always, no matter who Manchester United play, no matter who we're playing, no matter what the result, if United win, whether they draw, whether they lose, if they win 4-0, if they lose 4-0, if they draw 4-4, it doesn't matter. We can draw 0-0 and we're still a hot topic. It doesn't matter. Like, we could draw 0-0 against whoever. Pick a team, any team in the Premier League, and United, there's always a story off of it. Go on, talk about it.
Can I just say?
Yeah.
Chelsea dropped points.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Two biggest talking points this weekend were?
What do you think they were?
Us and you.
You think we're the two biggest?
You know it was.
Yeah, because we're the two biggest clubs in the country. So United, Liverpool always, as much as it pains me to, Liverpool are always, even you've been bad the majority of our lifetime, you've always been a talking point.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm always keeping tabs on what's going on at Anfield, like, all the time. Like, it's always, like I've said before, when the fixture list dropped, before this, since Ollie's come in, that's not the case. But I was actually looking forward to watching Manchester United. The first game I'm looking for is away at Anfield. All the time.
No.
All the time. That's always, and then the home game at home to Liverpool. Then it's away at Arsenal, etc.
Now, I want to start with a question.
Land.
I've heard this question asked several times. Was the City result worse than the Liverpool result?
Worse for, you know what it was? This is the best way to describe it with the analogy. Because obviously you watch combat sports. The Liverpool result was just a straight knockout after like 4 rounds. Like, we just got punched up for 4 rounds and they KO'd us. City just disarmed us and could have knocked us out, but didn't, and destroyed us for 12 rounds. So it depends on what you think's worse. If it's going the distance but losing every round on points, or just getting absolutely pummeled and pulverized.
Boxing heads don't come after me.
Yeah, so pulverized for 3 rounds, 4 rounds, and then the KO.
So, Liverpool result, Canelo, KO. City result, Mayweather masterclass.
The City result, Mayweather masterclass, is the perfect analogy. For those that have watched boxing, that's the perfect analogy. When Mayweather, not Pretty Boy Floyd, I'm talking Money Mayweather, when he would just disarm opponents, and everything you're good at, he'd make you look better. He'd just take you out. They'd take away all your weapons. If you had a big right hand, he's taking that away. You're not landing that right hand.
Let me take that back then.
Yeah. So the Mayweather one, yes.
So Liverpool was Pretty Boy Floyd.
Yeah, and then the KO is kind of like a prime Mike Tyson. It's a prime Mike Tyson.
That's terrifying.
Like where it's 2-3 rounds. And even if it went 2-3 rounds, Mike Tyson won all 3 rounds and then just got a spectacular KO in the third round.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So it depends on what they're both terrible defeats. They're both terrible. In the boxing sense, they're both terrible defeats. In a footballing sense, they're both terrible defeats.
Yeah, and it's like, for example, for the MMA heads.
Keep going 1 second.
City result is Khabib. Just Khabib toying with you on the ground, picking you apart, just absolutely destroying you. And then it's prime Conor, the Conor that KO'd Mendes, Eddie Alvarez, etc., etc. So that's for the MMA heads. But I just wanted to know the answer to that question because I've seen it asked a lot, and
yeah, people asked it. No, there's no problems with the question.
It's just crazy.
Yeah, so it's kind of like they were both the worst ends of the spectrum. So it's like I can't sit here and say one was worse than the other, one was better than the other because they were both bad because we were helpless in both.
Hey, know where you got 9 points? Lost.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot about that because he's in the chat actually. Large up to Noah.
So 12 points on 9, yeah?
Yeah. 12 points on 9.
9 points.
We got 3.
Lost.
Yeah, we got 3. Yeah. Because we got 3 from the 12.
Start from the Leicester game.
Yeah, so it's 3 from 12.
Yeah, so
yeah, easy off. No, I'm saying is that's the only game I said we might win was the Spurs game in this.
He genuinely must have meant 9 points or 12.
Yeah,
not gonna win.
No, he's 9 points or 12 in the next 20 games. That's what he's thinking. But we're gonna get into that. Love to Mimi in the chat as well. She says love to you two Kings every single time. Love to Mimi. Go on, family.
It could have been 5 in the first half.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, and City should have done it, but
do you know what I spotted? I wanted to know if you spotted this.
Go on. I probably didn't. We're going.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
Talk about him.
Did you see the 2 closest people to him? Every time pick the ball up. Cancelo.
Yeah.
Till they got booked. Then Bernardo Silva took over.
Right.
They were hacking away at him. They were knocking him to the ground because they're the 2 that will know him best from the time at Portugal. So they know what to rile him up, how to throw him off his game. And I thought, this is when I seen Cancelo move away after his booking and Bernardo's went and stood on him, I thought this is a game plan. And it was so clear to see.
I hear that. But even with all, it don't matter.
No, it don't matter.
They could have put Cole Palmer and took him off the bench and put him on Ronaldo. It would have made no difference. Like you don't need a game plan to beat us. You know what you have to do is be a cohesive unit. Be a cohesive unit versus Manchester United and we'll struggle. Just be cohesive. Have a plan of action, a plan of attack. And that's legit it. Press us.
It was wild.
That's all it is. Like it's an easy place to come. Like it's so everything that happened after the game was more entertaining than the game. The game was a non-event. City beat us and nobody's talking about it. City just won the easiest Manchester derby they'll probably ever have. There's ever been in the Premier League.
Was it worse than the 6-1?
Yeah, because the 6-1 was a one-off. You're not going into at the time I felt bad about it, but the 6-1 you go, you know what? One-off. You'll take that because that's the only time in Fergie's reign that's happened where we've been beat 6. Yes, Liverpool beat us 4, but again, we won the league title that season. You'll take one-offs when you're being successful. You'll take playing poorly and winning games if it's one-offs. Now that's just how we play.
Right, so
talk about it.
Villa, you lose at home to Villa 1-0. Bear in mind, that's the last time that Villa picked up any points, I believe it was. Or
yes,
picked
it
up
was.
3 points.
Yep.
Everton 1-1.
Yep.
Leicester 4-2. Liverpool 5-0.
Yeah.
Yes, you pick up the 3-0 win away at Tottenham. City 2-0. That's so 3 points.
Yeah, we've won.
No, 4 points in 6 games.
Yeah, we think we've won one. We've won 1 game out of the last 6 or something like that.
7? Yeah, that's 1 point out of the last 6 because the last result after that was West Ham away.
So
Newcastle at home. Yeah, it's wild.
Tells you all you need to know. And I've spoke on this.
How is this man like? I don't understand. The Liverpool result is so bad. Like biggest rivals to get embarrassed at home, and I said this to you at the time. Liverpool have been historically bad for 25, 30 years. I've never seen Manchester United, even under Fergie, the greatest teams that you had, and we had some awful teams at that time, you never came to Anfield and embarrassed us like that, result-wise. Never happened. That's a P45 straight away.
At half time.
Then, yeah, you kind of get away with it at Tottenham, but it's Tottenham. The City result, how is this man still in a job? For the life of me, I love it. I can't understand it. cannot run.
Because we have
and you see
incompetent people
like
in charge.
Dean Smith
Yeah.
losing his job.
Dean Smith's lost his 5 managers. Have now gone.
Farker lost his job.
Yeah.
How?
5 managers have now been sacked.
How?
Because they're
How is Dean Smith getting sacked? They sold Jack Grealish and they are in a transition. Yeah. And even they went, you know what? We're better than our current runner for.
Yeah, of course. They shouldn't be losing 5
It's
games.
Aston Villa.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is if Ollie got sacked, he wouldn't get linked with the Norwich job.
Aston Villa. Like, I can't wrap my head around it. We're talking about Manchester United Football Club. And I feel like I repeat myself, and I've repeated myself for the past 2 years since I started this show. That's... Manchester United Club, we're not talking about Bury. We're not talking about
Stockport.
Rochdale. We're not talking about Stockport. We're not talking about these... Even Manchester City. Manchester United are the biggest club in the world.
Yep. But we don't act like it.
Yeah, it's baffling.
We don't act like it.
How? You man literally went, oh, quite like the look of Conte. And that's like, yeah, off you go.
Conte, yeah, because people are talking about Conte causing too much issues and all this type of stuff. They're just incompetent. That's what it comes down to. There's no thought or logic.
No, the reason why they're saying that is because they know Conte would come in and he'd want structure in place. And United haven't got structure.
Yeah, he'd want certain reassurances, yeah.
And they're not willing to give it in because they're power hungry at Manchester United. And it's clear to see.
Thanks. So
they just get the little yes boy in Ole Gunnar Solskjaer who will just, yes, sir, that's fine. I'll do that, okay. No. Like, what? Like, come on. Honestly, I'm not even a Manchester United fan. If I see another tweet from a Manchester United player apologising, I'm going to throw up in my mouth. Like, why? Like Maguire again. Like, your apology against Liverpool wasn't bad enough. You then see his tweet, it's just like, have a word. Like, who's running his social media?
Yeah, it's like, shut up, man. We don't want to hear it. I don't pay attention to these things.
Although,
talk about it.
Did you see the mess up?
Yes, I did see the mess up because he got the same PR company. Yes, I did see the mess up. Yes, I did see the mess up.
Oh,
I did see.
You can't write it.
Nope.
When the chips are down, the chips are down.
Can't. Like I said, it was more entertaining what happened after the game. That was the more entertaining part.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, I wish so many things.
I wish Roy Keane was on the Liverpool game.
Oh, but you know what's sad about him being on it? He still would have defended Ollie. Still defending him.
Yeah, but did you see the clip afterwards where he's arguing with a fan?
Yes, I did see that. Did the fan want an autograph? Is that what it was?
No, he was saying that. No, from what I read, it was.
I couldn't hear it. I've watched the clip.
It was something where he was like, "What do you want me to do about it?"
So he's complaining about the result.
Yeah, but it's like, it's like, for example, Gary Neville was on his live on Insta before the game.
Yeah.
Do like a stadium walk, and it was like, oh, there's fans in the crowd, and then one fan went, yeah, Neville, have a word with him, and he's like, I'm assuming by him he means Ollie.
What am I meant to do? You know what I'm saying? Well, as I was saying, Keane was still, that was the sad part. Keane was still defending him. Where to start with the off the field things? Regards to, we can go with Lingard's brother's Instagram post. Which was, did you see that?
No, I heard about it this morning.
He posted twice on his story and he wrote and he said, I didn't know Sky Sports showed live training sessions. That was the first one. And then, secondly, that's what he said. And then secondly, he said after this, this is Lingard's brother. Secondly, after this, he said, what was the direct quote? Now I'm trying to remember, like, I'm paraphrasing here, but he said something along the lines of Keane stated that Keane stated that they just need to go and smash someone. He said Pogba did that last week and got crucified by Scholes. When are people going to start calling out these pundits? And then he said, and he said, as well as Gary Neville as well, does he only talk about body language when it's the players? When's he going to call out the manager? That's what he said. His Lingard's brother said this on his gram.
No, he didn't.
That's what he said.
When's he going to call out the...
Yeah, when's he going for body language, or does that only matter for the players? Facts. Man, we'll talk about Martial's body language, Pogba's body language. We'll tell Pogba to F off and all of this. When you go start talking about, he's still not calling him out. Carragher's even calling it. Carragher's had it. Carragher sounds like you as a Liverpool guy. He's had enough. Carragher's had enough. You know what I'm saying? And that even Carragher's like this he tweeted it. He said this nonsense that Manchester United shouldn't go and get a good manager because it failed with Van Gaal and Mourinho was stupid.
Yeah, because it's like what?
That's idiotic.
Yeah, so it's like, for example, you have two failed relationships. What, you're just going to stop going for 10 out of 10 because it didn't work? Exactly. What are we talking about? How does it make it make sense? Make it make sense to me. You got out with two supermodels, yeah? and it ain't worked out with them. Cool, I'm gonna go for a 3 or 4 out of 10.
You're not gonna go with the third supermodel because it didn't work with the first two. Like, no, you're still gonna go
What are we
against.
talking about?
You're still gonna go against. Like going to a
I
restaurant.
am going to live life to the fullest.
Yeah, you gotta live life to.
What are we talking about here? Make it make sense, please.
We discussed this dumb logic even when I shout out to Rant that we was on his channel and we was discussing this, and it's kind of like, so you went to, I said, when you start going to a 5-star restaurant and the food's bad, you're gonna stop going to 5-star restaurants.
Yeah,
and it's like, no, that's just the one. Yeah. Like, it's just like, you're still gonna go to 5-star restaurants. Maybe the food's bad there. Rant was like, yeah, it's like going to a 5-star hotel. You might not like it. It might be bad. Are you gonna stop going to 5-star hotels, or are you gonna continue to? Like, you gotta live life to the fullest. Is nonsense because it didn't work with Van Gaal and Mourinho. It's stupid. It's idiotic logic. It makes no sense. So what? We're just gonna continue on with Ollie to what? What is the end goal? That's what I'd love someone to ask him. Even the woman put it on him. What's the name again? The woman who's on Sky who was on that show. What's her name?
It's Dalglish's daughter.
Yeah, what's her name?
Is it Kelly Dalglish?
That's it. Even she was like, yeah, I forgot her name. Like, lost me. Was like, that's not what we're talking about, Gary. That's what she said to him. She was like, that's not what we're talking about. That's not the question. You know what I'm saying? Why are you trying to still back this man in it? She ain't even a Manchester United fan, as far as I know.
But right, as much as I hate him, and I hate him. Did you see what Owen said?
Oh, spot on. I couldn't believe it.
But
Michael Owen, I couldn't believe it.
The man who literally said, look, if you don't score goals, you're not going to win football games. Him.
Michael,
right?
oh, you've got.
The silence was deafening.
You've got. Get me.
The silence from Scholes and Hargreaves was deafening.
It's mad.
That spoke volumes.
It's mad. You got Michael Richards calling them out. Ex-Manchester City. Carragher tweeting about it.
Yeah, but not even that. Did you see the Liverpool game?
Talking about it.
Did you see the Liverpool game where Souness and Carragher were laughing like, look, they're just going to defend him anyway. And they cracked the joke in the studio, live on air, and went, keep him in because you're just going to defend him anyway.
They said keep him. I laughed.
Souness is laughing and pointing at him. It's like, it's Michael Owen, no. The man who speaks zero sense.
That was probably the most accurate description of what's going on. And I've heard many great analogies and people describe what's going on. That was spot on.
If he applied that level of punditry since he started, he'd be one of the best pundits in the world.
Well, you know what that tells you? That's there. That's what that tells you. You know it's there. That's what it is. That tells you. It's definitely, it's within him. Because the way he broke it down and he was like, oh, so he's like, you're supposed to have a plan of action and a plan of attack and buy players to fit your system. So you concede 5. So you're like, I'm just going to play a load of defenders. That makes no, like...
Yeah, because the way he explained it, mate, because everyone used to try and compare him. Solskjaer when he first came in, so when Klopp came in, right? For some reason, that became a thing. Why? I will never know.
No idea.
So Owen just basically turned around and said, look, Liverpool, when Klopp first came in, would score 4 but would concede 3. Klopp didn't then go, oh, actually, I'm going to take 1 out of the attack and I'm going to put it in the midfield, or I'm going to put it in the defense. He just said, no, this is my system. I'm going to get better players to suit this system. And look what happened.
Yeah, you won the Champions League and then won the Premier League.
Because
he trusted his system.
Yeah.
And he trusted himself and went and got players to fit that system.
He never doubted himself. He never went, oh, I'm going to play a better team. And I'm going to play 5.
I'm going to play 5, or we're not playing a good side. I'm just going to play a load of attackers, as Michael Owen.
Honestly, I was actually stunned that this level of punditry was coming out of this little man.
You couldn't, because he can't believe it. He's astonished by it. He's shocked. Why is it all? And because even though he's played for Manchester United, he's played for Liverpool, he doesn't have that allegiance or bias like that.
But this is the problem. It's like, yes, you see Carragher having jokes. Like, they genuinely need to start calling out Scholes.
Scholes has turned in his defense. Scholes has turned. It took him a while, but Scholes has turned. Yeah, Scholes has.
He's had
press
lately.
You know when I knew?
Yeah. He didn't need any more smoke online.
Yeah, he didn't need any more smoke. The thing is with Scholes, when he turned around, did you see his reaction to the Ronaldo equalizer against Atalanta?
Yeah, and he was like, look, you played that.
You're like me on watch-alongs.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, but he was like, look, if you do this against Liverpool, you're going to be 4-0 down in the first half.
He's spot on.
Look what happened.
But what I'm saying is the reason why I'm talking about Scholes' reaction to the equalizer specifically is because that's something I've been called out upon, and others. Oh, you scored a late equalizer. Why are you not celebrating? Scholes is a club legend.
Yeah, no.
You're man of the club. Won everything at the club. Ronaldo scored a banging. Look at Rio Ferdinand. Look at Scholes.
But I just want to say this, right?
Talk about it.
No, me, don't bite my head off. I've been watching Ben Foster, right?
She's about to pop up in the chat and call him
But-
the YouTuber.
But
Go
she's
on.
talking about, he was talking about when he was at United and he basically went on loan to Watford the first time under Adi Boothroyd.
Yeah.
And he was talking like, look, it was like a 5:30 kickoff. He turned up at like 5:15, thinking it was a 7:30 kickoff. He's like, I'm late. He's pulled into the car park. There's loads of messages. And basically, Adi Boothroyd said to him, look, you're being fined £1,000. I'm going to write a letter to Sir Alex Ferguson about your conduct and about your behaviour. Letter got sent. It was an international break, so we went back to United to do a bit of training. Fergie's like, come to the health facility to talk to you. He went, you're a Manchester United player. You never act like that. You are the best of the best. You're at the best club in the world. You act like you're in the best club in the world. You go to Watford and show why you're a Manchester United player. And I heard that, and then this was just after, this was Saturday evening, and I was just like, look at the difference.
Yep.
No one acts like that. You don't act like the Manchester United players, but it comes from leadership. Look at Klopp.
No.
Leadership all the way through. His identity all over Liverpool.
Yeah, that's his team.
And it's like, you look at when Fergie had United, it was the youth team players play exactly how the first team plays. And then when he made the jump, it was never a big difference. That's exactly what Liverpool played. Look at, do you remember when we played in the FA Cup and we played Everton? And you went, I thought it was Trent playing, but it was Nico Williams.
Yeah, because he was like Trent. Yeah, he was mad. Like it's the same. I had to look again. I'm like, right, is Trent playing?
Yeah, but this is what I mean. So it's like the reason why we've had so many young players break through now is because of that. And then you look at it and it's like, what are you doing? It's Manchester United. Like, I can't stress it's not the biggest club in the world. And you've got arguably the 20th worst manager in the league.
No, we do now. Now Fox gone. That's
it's awful.
Yeah, you do have the worst manager in the league. I was actually having this discussion with Mimi. She was like, "Do you have the worst manager in the league?" You know what I'm saying? Talking about Breeze, and I'm like, "Yeah, we do." She's like,
Manchester
we got a better
United
manager than you. Yep. Yeah.
It's bad.
Oh crap! I just mimicked her shit in the comments. Jeez. But yeah. Oh, Jesus! Here we go. But yeah, as I was saying, woo.
You got a whole clip for us both now.
Oh, jeez.
What do you mean, Ben Foster?
Now she just literally put in the comments that that's why he isn't my YouTuber. Talking about Ben Foster. Big up to Danny, says big up Flawless as well. Big up to you. Big up to Eddie in the chat as well. That's my guy. You can catch him on Sarcasm City TV doing watch-alongs with us. You know what I'm saying? True United fan. Like I said, he'd be waking up at 4:30 a.m. US time to watch Ollie-ball. That is dedication.
That is very much
That is dedication. And you know what I told him? You can just stay asleep. And he's like, nah, I'm in this with you lot. He's like, I'm gonna come take these shots in the trenches. And I'm like, I respect it, like highly. But back to it, yeah. What Lingard's brother said, what Maguire said was damning in his interview.
Like
and bear in mind,
what Maguire said.
That's all he's signing. That's all he's signing. That's your captain.
Was it Pogba the week before at Leicester? It was like, look,
we can see
these kind of goals, and we have done for a while. Like, the writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
All they've got to do, whoever's in charge now at this point, I believe it's still my man.
Oh,
Ed
Woodward. Yeah.
All he's got to do is look up and have a look at the writing on the wall, right? And just say, they add up.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's like, if this was anyone else, they're gone. If this wasn't Manchester United, they're gone.
Yeah. Like I seen a tweet and someone was like, if this is the Real Madrid manager, he would have been sacked 6-7 times over.
I promise you right now, any Liverpool manager ever gets beat at Anfield by Manchester United 5-0, that manager's gone.
It's a wrap. And bear in mind, this is a reoccurring theme now because it's 5-0 to Liverpool.
The only manager that wouldn't is Klopp because he's won as a league.
Yeah.
Solskjaer's done nothing.
He's done nothing to warrant this, apart from it's all as a player. Well, yeah, they're going to continue. But it was a damning indictment, like I said, when you see what went on off the pitch. Harry Maguire saying we lacked belief. That's your £80 million signing. That's your captain. What do we always say? The captain is the reflection of the manager. He's saying we don't have belief. And did you see the woman interviewing him afterwards? Did you see the woman? Did you see the women interviewing him afterwards? And he said, what do you think of, the woman said to Ollie, what do you think of the players lacking belief? And Ollie went, did my players say that? She said, yeah, Harry Maguire said that. And he kind of just shut up. It's like, yeah, that's, you don't have a clue
leadership.
What's going on.
It's leadership from the top down.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
But
yeah, everyone who you see you Ollie inners who have just gone quiet. Supposedly there is a protest going on Saturday, I've heard. Ollie out, Glazers out. Am I showing up? Probably not, because I don't believe in 90% of the people that are there, because we did the protests before the season, got the Liverpool game cancelled, all of that stuff. They bought us Varane, Sancho, and Ronaldo, and everybody shut up because everybody thought it was going to be okay. And I was on this very show, on this very radio, sat in this chair, saying it makes no difference. We're still not going to win anything. We're still not going to do anything. Larger, my guy, Stat My Mains, who continues to get giddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's like, he's young, but he don't learn. And he's like, yo, why'd you keep doing this to me? That's what he tweeted me. Because he's like, I'm getting giddy. And I'm like, do I believe Ollie goes during this international break? Unpopular opinion. Yes, I do believe so. However, do I believe it's today? Absolutely not.
No.
But this is why I didn't get gassed about Varane signing. I didn't get gassed about the Sancho signing or the Ronaldo signing. All three are quality players. All three I rate very highly. Two of the three I signed on FIFA. Two of those three I legit sign on FIFA. Like every time I'll sign Varane and I'll sign Sancho. However, we know how bad this manager is. And again, if that City result was a shock to you, I don't know what to tell you. If you believe it's a shock. And Manchester United,
I was more shocked it wasn't more, I'll be honest.
Yeah, that was the only surprise to me. I said 4. So I was 2 goals off. And it's going to get worse. We got Watford, then we play Chelsea, then we play Arsenal. And in the mix of all that, we go away to Villarreal. So people talking about out of the title race. United were never in a title race to begin with. He was never in a title race to begin with from the jump with this manager.
Yeah.
Same with Champions League. Will we get out of the group? Maybe. But the season can still be salvaged if this manager goes. But yeah, that's that. Big up to Prime in the chat as well. I'm blessed, Prime. Hope you're good. All right, what result do you want to go to next? I think we covered.
Get it out
be everything United.
way.
All right, we'll go over to East London. You know what I'm saying? Liverpool hammered by the Hammers. Talk about it. West Ham 3, Liverpool 2.
One, I definitely won't say hammered because they didn't have a shot on target till the 60th minute.
I wasn't hammered. I just wanted to put the 2 in it. You got moved to by some hammers. It happens. Seagulls did you last week that we didn't discuss. And also, we didn't even discuss that because we weren't here last week, but we'll get to that in it. 1 point from 6. You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you exactly what.
We'll go to the West Ham game first. Talk about it. I want to see if you think the problem is the same as I was talking to Cams, who's a Liverpool fan. He said he had a damning indictment of it. And so did Saint as well. No, Saint actually I was talking to. And he went into depth on it, large up to Saint.
Yeah, I can tell you straight away.
Yeah, go on. What do you think it was? Go on.
All right, so firstly, I just want to get into it. Do you remember when you came to Anfield and Firmino scored and Van Dijk backed into the Gea and the goal was disallowed?
Yeah. Which it wasn't a foul. I said that. The one that Van Dijk won on the Gea wasn't a foul. I said it.
So, it's awful from Alisson. Let me just get that straight away, yeah? It's terrible from Alisson.
Yeah.
However, you can see he clearly goes with his right, but then he has to adjust with his left because who jumped up? Was it Ogbonna? Ogbonna's obviously as you jump, you're trying to give yourself leverage, so naturally your arm's going to come up into that position.
Nothing Ogbonna can do about that.
No, there's nothing Ogbonna can do about that, but I've seen them goals disallowed.
Yeah, but that's the inconsistency. That's the inconsistency of the referees.
So it's 1-0, fair enough, yeah? My biggest issue is Aaron Cresswell.
Talk about it.
How is he still on the pitch?
The tackle on Henderson.
If Pogba gets sent off for the Naby Keita challenge, this is even more reckless. And I'll tell you exactly how you know it's reckless. I heard someone saying, yeah, but he bounced off the ball. He was never in control of the challenge. If he was in control of the balance, once he bounces off the ball, his foot would never go that high anyway. So he's not in control. It's reckless.
Yeah.
How's that not a red card?
Yeah. Which we're going to get into. We know what referees and VARs like in this country.
It's awful.
You know what it's like.
Right, then we got ourselves back into the game, yeah? An unbelievable free kick from Trent. And it's so smart. Because he looks at the wall and he's like, no, Salah, I'm going to roll it to you. I'm going to whip it round.
Salah with the world-class assist.
It's insane, yeah? Second goal. Now, this is the thing with Matip. Matip goes on these runs where he'll bring the ball out and he'll play penetrating passes. He did it 4 or 5 times in the first half. He was unbelievable at times yesterday with the ball at his feet. Problem is, though, if we had Wijnaldum, we don't get caught.
It's bad that Saint said the same thing about the Wijnaldum thing. That's crazy.
We don't get caught.
He said the same thing about Wijnaldum.
Because this is the problem Liverpool have this season, right? Is Wijnaldum didn't miss games for Liverpool. Secondly, one thing I noticed yesterday, and I don't know if anyone else picked up on this, everything came down the left-hand side.
I didn't notice that because I was watching the games in bits and pieces. I caught the majority of the second half and some of the first.
There was times I seen Trent not even going forward, and in my head I'm like, why is he not going forward? Because he had Oxlade-Chamberlain inside. Usually he has Henderson, but where was Henderson? On the left-hand side, where Wijnaldum would be.
Okay.
The entire problem Liverpool have is in our midfield. The entire problem. Liverpool are conceding goals because of our midfield. Liverpool aren't able to press properly. It's in our midfield. And I watched
Why? The midfield not got the legs to... But you have energetic players in there. You reckon it's just the Wijnaldum thing?
No.
If James Milner's there, do you think you have that problem?
Nope.
This is what I'm saying.
And what I'm saying is we've not got James Milner. Okay. We are now right at the depth of our midfield until Thiago comes back in.
So you reckon Thiago came off the bench? So you reckon Klopp made a mistake with the 11?
No, but I'm talking about, for example, the Brighton game.
Yeah.
We were fully in control of that midfield.
Yeah.
Someone who can press. Naby Keita comes off.
Right.
Oxlade-Chamberlain then comes in.
He's saying the Ox.
And then we started to get passed through because Oxlade-Chamberlain isn't a defensive-minded midfielder. Never has been.
No,
he's an attack-minded midfielder. And he shows that when he comes on and he plays that assist for Thingy. But when it comes to defensive positions, he's not in the right positions to cut off passing lanes. He's not in a position where he... Oxlade-Chamberlain's a bit erratic and he's a bit out of control. Yeah. He'll press and he'll go hunting for the ball. Wijnaldum never did that. Wijnaldum was composed, structured, system, works. That's why you had Wijnaldum on the left-hand side. Robertson would go forward. Wijnaldum was slipping. Henderson on the right-hand side. Trent would go forward. He's slipping. And we were never caught out.
Right.
Brighton game. Lo and behold, lost control of that midfield completely when Keita comes off.
Because was it Keita, Fabinho, Henderson? Was that the midfield three that started? Right. Okay.
But all of them can press with the ball. All of them can sit back into positions, can defensively do well, can nick the ball high. And when we were nicking the ball high, can do something with it. Oxlade-Chamberlain was running into lanes he shouldn't have been running into. Then he's having to come back. But then because he's already in that position, he's then caught out of control. We were getting nicked on the ball. Look where Fornals is the prime example.
Yeah.
Look where that goal comes from. Yeah. Because we go... Oxlade-Chamberlain made a third man run when he doesn't need to.
Right.
Ball gets nicked. Matip's out of position.
Yeah, Matip got going. Yeah, Matip.
Wijnaldum wouldn't make that run.
He'd sit in. Yeah. A bit more defensive minded. I hear you.
And we don't get caught out. This is the problem though. When we're at the bare depth of our midfield, it's a problem.
Yeah.
We need a midfielder. Now, we then go bring Origi on, who I know Origi can score goals off the bench. I've not got a problem with that. It's the Minamino one. We've got no depth.
Yeah, and this is why I don't think that's an amazing analogy. An amazing assessment of your team. I'm very honest to you to do that on your own team, and you brought that down for me. Secondly, as well, I said this about your team, like bringing Minamino off the bench. If you're bringing off an attacking player, that's no disrespect to better than Minamino. You might win something from that. You might get something from that game. Even though Mane should have scored at the end.
Mane definitely should have scored. Mane didn't have a great game yesterday. He did not have a good game, but. It was just, there were so many things that were telling. And it's like, you look at Van Dijk and Van Dijk is going absolutely crazy because how many times did you see someone running at him 2v1?
I seen, you were very open, which I didn't expect.
Because where does that come from? Midfield. Nothing changes in our system. You know Robertson goes forward. You know Trent goes forward. Go back 2 seasons. When have you ever seen us that open? You didn't because we had Henderson, Fabinho.
Because you had the 3-6s.
We ain't got the 3-6s
because Ox ain't a 6. Yeah, you're right. Fabinho obviously is 6. Henderson does that job. Keita, you're saying can do that job. I've not seen enough of him, but I'm trusting your judgment on that. I'm trying to. So you made a major error not replacing Wijnaldum.
Yes, and I said this at the time.
You did call this. It's like the centre back.
Milner, you can get away with it because Milner, when he played against Watford, stunning. Milner, when he played against City, yes, he was at right back. However, you've seen what impact he has.
Yeah,
Milner against other teams this season, Leeds, for example, can play that job. He's not there. There's no one else that's defensive in that midfield. Thiago isn't. Thiago's erratic. Thiago's a Paul Scholes type player.
He's even though he'll play from a deeper position,
he'll dictate the place of the play.
He's more attack-minded type of thing. Yeah.
And then you can see what was happening where he's then trying to rush the ball into the forward's feet because we needed it. And he's losing possession of the ball, and he was brought on at a time where it was kind of like the game was over. But that I just keep going back to that Cresswell decision. Like I still, for the life of me, can't wrap my head around it. But as poor as we were, let's give credit to West Ham. One thing of what I say is, you think some Manchester United fans are looking at West Ham thinking we should just give him more time?
No, because that's his level. No disrespect. That's his level.
Do you not think he
His
deserves
level
more
is-
credit?
At West Ham, what he's done is, but we've seen him do this before. This is nothing new. The reason why he got the Manchester United job is because of what he did at Everton.
So
This is now, we've touched on this many a time. Shout out to JV for the great analogy as well. Analogies through and through this show, people. This is Everton 2.0 for those that remember Pro Evo.
yeah.
And it was Everton. This is Merseyside Blue.
Oh,
We've
no,
been
yeah,
through
we've
this.
been through this.
We've
but
seen him with this blueprint, and that blueprint works perfect for that level. It's kind of like within boxing, where you have national level, Commonwealth. It's Commonwealth. So it's like, yeah, Commonwealth. Well, I'm messing this up, but it's national, European, world. Let's use those three. So what you're doing at national and European level might be fine as a boxer, but when you get to world level, it might not work. Some people are national level, some people are European level, and there's nothing wrong with that. That is no disrespect. That is David Moyes level. For what where West Ham are trying to go and the expectations, David Moyes is the perfect guy for that. We've seen him do this at Everton. Could they finish in the top 4? Yes. And I was thinking about this yesterday. He finished in the top 4 with Everton. So it's like, there's no reason he can't do this again. It's the exact same blueprint. The problem is that blueprint doesn't work for Manchester United. Well, world level, that's where we're trying to compete. Unfortunately, that's no disrespect. David Moyes is not that. European level, yes, absolutely. West Ham if he finishes in the top 6, fantastic for West Ham.
I just think
For Manchester United, different. And you have to play more. We want more attacking football.
Here's a serious question. West Ham bringing a Lingard in January.
Yeah.
West Ham bringing a backup striker. Could they really compete for this top 4?
Absolutely. More than capable. More than capable of finishing top 4.
I just think Moyes has done a stunning job with that
Deserves
team.
all the credit for rebuilding and going again. Because it's like, can you do it again? Like I said, we've seen him do this at Everton. He's now doing this again at West Ham. This is no fluke. That's his level.
Also,
his ceiling is
have
that.
you seen how many set piece goals he scored since last season?
The
It
top.
was 22 and he scored 2 yesterday, and he could have scored more.
It's like my football manager team. Yes.
It's wild.
It is great that they have great set piece delivery.
Fornals.
Great set piece delivery.
Stunning.
Great set piece delivery. And they have players who go and attack the ball. Because he has a plan
Zuma,
and profile.
Bonner,
Yeah.
Dawson, when he comes on, all do the same thing.
You got Suchek in that, you got Rice, and you got Antonio. You got 5. We just named 6 or 7 off the top of our head. It makes sense, but we've seen him do this before. Because you know who else don't know the numbers, but we're probably a great set piece side is Everton side.
Oh,
Tim
I can tell you that straight away. Tim Cahill,
So how many-
Carsley,
How many headers did Tim Cahill score? Yeah.
Yelovich. Like, come on now. And you had
Yelovich, I forgot about
and you have
Yelovich.
Leighton Baines whipping the ball in. Obviously, you've
Baines.
got Gate.
That's what I'm saying.
Come on.
Like, we've seen this. The only thing that's missing is we've took their P now because Lingard's come
Duncan
back.
Ferguson.
Yeah, but they need Lingard back to be the P now. But it's the same thing. We've seen this time and time
Yeah,
again. Like I said, we described it. We went through it. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
Cresswell is now, he's just Leighton Baines. They do the
just,
same thing.
it's one of them where we'll come on to the Chelsea result. I didn't expect Chelsea
we're
to
gonna
drop
get to that.
points.
Well, props to West Ham.
This season is as open as any Premier League you're going to get. Chelsea dropping points, Liverpool drop points, City
In terms
pick
of
up
what?
points.
What do you mean?
In terms of teams that I like, I can see a lot of teams dropping points. Chelsea, I can see Chelsea dropping more points throughout the season.
Maybe.
No, come
Come on,
on.
talk about it. Talk about it.
You didn't. There's no way if I was in here last week and we're going through the predictions, you'd have predicted a 1-0 draw with Burnley.
I might have said that just to annoy you. I might have said one. I
ain't gonna lie, yeah. I was so torn with that result.
I know
sat
you were-
there, yeah.
I
and
thought
I'm
you,
like,
fam. I thought, I'm not gonna lie, people. When I see that result, first thing I thought of after I thought of all the Chelsea fans, I thought of Stroh in it. Anytime it's Burnley or Kyle Walker mistake, you're the guy I think of.
It's like in my head, I'm like, I'm happy that Chelsea dropped points. Could they have not dropped points to any other team?
Hey, I'm just saying it. We're gonna get to that though. We're gonna get to that. But first about West Ham, do I believe it's the most open? In terms of I don't think it is.
do.
I think it's open in terms of the top 4 race. For the 4th spot. Let me rectify that. In terms of the 4th spot is the most open it's been in years for others. I think the 3 are solidified. Liverpool, City, Chelsea, they're the top 3.
Yeah.
Whatever order you want to put them in, that's another conversation. The 4th spot because of us and how we are. You've got Arsenal ain't finishing top 4. You got Spurs. You got West Ham.
Where Arsenal?
I'm saying we're Arsenal 5th. We're in November though. November. All right, so Leeds getting relegated.
No.
This is my point. So Arsenal ain't finishing the top
Yeah,
four.
but you get
Same
my point.
thing.
They're still there. But they're still there.
Just Leeds are down the
they were
bottom. Why
like-
Leeds ain't they 17th?
Yeah, but they were like 14th this time last season.
Ain't they
Arsenal.
7th? Who? Arsenal.
Trust Arsenal, yeah. When you get the Amazon documentary to start actually turning up, like, have a word. Anyway,
Talk about
right.
it.
So, what I mean is, it's like it's not as cut and dry as people make. Everyone look at Chelsea, yeah. Did I or did I not say to you when I came in here and I watched the Southampton guy? I said there's problems with Chelsea. Something isn't right.
Yeah, not.
And I can see them dropping points against teams they shouldn't be dropping points at, because I watched that Southampton game, and if it wasn't for the red card, they'd have dropped points then. Did I not say that?
You did say that.
And lo and behold, here we are.
Yeah.
Because there's just something that there's not something that's not clicking, and I can't put my finger on it. They're missing chances, and they shouldn't be missing chances. And it's like, yes, it's good that they're creating the chances, but why are they missing so many chances? At the same time, it's why they're conceding goals, because Chelsea last season under Tuchel wouldn't have been conceding them kind of goals or them kind of chances. And I'm watching it and I'm like, it just doesn't add up.
The Burnley one, I think, is, and I seen the fan cam. Shout out to Lewis. He looked stressed on the fan cam.
Oh, Lewis,
he looked stressed.
brother. You look stressed.
He did, and I was like, wow. Shout out to the I don't know her name, but the girl who was doing the Chelsea fan. I was like, yo, she got my boy out here looking bad. She'd have had 2 Magnum drinks in her pockets to give him one at that time, because he looked stressed. I'm like, how you letting Burnley do that, man? They come to your block and do that. You know what I'm saying? They Sean Daichi and Gabbana do that. Like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? And
wait, where on earth
you know what I'm saying?
just whip that out of?
Look at me stressed. See, this is what Burnley does to people, man. Talking all this talk, yeah? You know what I'm saying? They put up a better fight at Chelsea than you did against Chelsea. They laid more gloves on him. You know what I'm saying? Went to the bridge. Who else is going to the bridge getting draw? City went there and got beat. You know what I'm saying?
City went there and won?
No, City went there and won. Yeah, I tell a lie. Who was it? Someone else went there and got... Well, we're going to go there and get packed.
Well, it ain't us. Yeah, it wasn't us.
Yeah, it wasn't you lot, innit? Because they came to Anfield and was just calm and that.
What's wrong with this guy,
But my point is, the bridge is not an easy place to go. And they got a result. You gotta put respect on. If that's anyone else, we wax in Liverpool. If that's Leeds, that's Bielsa. We wax in Liverpool about it.
Burnley, like,
yeah, it's the Burnley way.
Oh,
it's the Burnley way. But guess what? You got a point. You got a point. Yeah, look, now we can't hate, because if that's Bielsa, we wax in Liverpool about it.
No.
If Leeds go and get a point at the bridge, of course we are. They go and get a point. We talk in that fashion. Oh, great defensively, and then they rolled their luck. How come we don't give the same respect to Burnley? Because people like you dislike him.
I give them credit.
This is what we're doing. Nah, give him credit. A draw at that was probably the most. That's the banker we're all looking at during that weekend of fixtures. If you can say one result, you're gonna say, all right, we're gonna both pick one result to say guaranteed win, loss, whatever. We're picking Chelsea Burnley out of that weekend's results. You have to give him full credit for that. Look at you, hear me? Why are you breathing heavy about it 5 minutes? This is like swallowing fire for you, innit? You know what I'm saying? This guy's struggling. Look at him, people. No, who else was struggling? Chelsea against Burnley. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got moved to by some clarinets. It happens, man. You know what I'm saying? Yo, everyone moving funny.
Because you were getting some clips on Twitter from Chelsea fans. I seen it laughing. I was like, I know he's got a bag full of jokes tonight.
Yeah, 100%. Because Chelsea fans who I hate, like Lewis, Peter, those two specifically I work with strongly. They're like you. They strongly dislike Burnley.
Oh,
they strongly like wanted to get. So when Burnley, you know what's funny? I'm in a group chat with Peter, and something else got said in the group, nothing to do with football, because we're talking like logins and stuff to watch football. And he just put in the chat F Burnley, just out of the blue, just F Burnley. Like, man, I'm stressed. It's okay, but in regards to that, I think it's just a bad day at the office for Chelsea. We created a lot of chances. They did not have 25 shots. Something like that. It's just a bad day at the office. It's City Palace. That's what it is. It's City Palace. That's legit what it is. That's what I look at it as. Definitely 110% it's City versus Palace. In regards to just a bad day at the office, they'll bounce back. And results went their way. Well, City won. So one of the results that couldn't, if you lot win, then it makes it a much worse result. But you lot getting beat helps them tremendously. And they're still top of the league. And they're going to win the league.
It'll be closer than what people think. Now, there's a place I want to go to, which no one will expect me to go to now. However, I am this petty.
Talk about it.
I want you to go back when Newcastle first got taken over.
Okay.
I said one name.
You did? You called it.
Now, bear in mind, I sent Flawless a message, right?
Mm-hmm. You did?
It took him a whole day to respond because he knew what kind of mood I was in when I sent this message.
Talk about it. Let the people know
Call
what
me
you're talking
Mystic
about because they
Mac.
might not know. You
I
spot 'em.
predict these
You
teams.
did talk about it. You did. I'll give you full credit.
Howe.
Yeah.
I said from the jump, Tottenham, that they'll go and get Nuno. And I could see that coming. Yes, he's gone, but I could see that coming.
Yeah.
Newcastle got taken over. I said they're looking for a project manager. I said they're looking for a young manager who can play good football. And I said there is no one better out of a job than Eddie Howe. Yes, he struggled with Burnley. I mean, not Burnley. Yes, he struggled with Bournemouth towards the end of his time. However, what I've seen this man on a football field coaching, and I was blown away. And I said, he is the perfect candidate. Lo and behold, they try and get, was it Emery? That fell apart, and then bang, Eddie Howe. And then he's just been announced this morning, and I'm not surprised.
One thing I will say, I was watching the Sky Sports clip.
With St. Maximum is terrifying. Bear in mind, he's already got a relationship with Callum
Wilson and Ryan Fraser, who are both there, yes. Yeah. That being said, I was watching the clip on Sky Sports where Jeff Stelling, Paul Merson, it was Chris Boyd.
Yeah, it's Chris
I liked
Boyd
a lot in that clip. Obviously, Clinton Morrison was there talking about it. And we'll go into Eddie Howe first because I'm going to give my thoughts on that. But I expected...
You expect bigger because of what
bigger.
Newcastle...
No, I just expected better from... We'll get into the Eddie Howe thing from the Newcastle hierarchy. Like, once they bought it, like, I expected them to be clear, decisive, quick with their movements. I was expecting it to be smooth transition. They're supposed to be moving at expeditious speed in regards to what they're doing. Like, all right, we're going to buy the... Boom. We're buying Newcastle United. We're going to get rid of Bruce. Our manager's in. This is our plan. I expected them to have a clear plan, like short-term and long-term. So from now up until January to the summer, then that next season, and then the season afterwards. And it seems they're not. It's been a mess.
Yeah,
even the way they've appointed Eddie Howe.
Yeah, because they're looking for guidance, and they've not got guidance.
But I expected them to get the people in to give them guidance.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. They've struggled.
And you wouldn't expect them to struggle with spending that. If you spend that amount of money on something, surely you're going in there with a proper plan.
Yeah, because look at what, as much as we give him stick, look at what Roman Abramovich did. Roman Abramovich had a plan.
Yes.
And he had a way he wanted to do things.
You knew exactly what it was. Like, you could see it.
City's owners, look at the plan. Look at what they've done. As much as I want to give him stick, look at what they've done in and around the Etihad.
Yeah. It's nice. It's lovely around there. The Big Asda is great. That's not too far from me. That's lovely. They got that Jump Nation thing. That's cold around there. The only thing bad about it is the stadium. But
look at what they've done in the surrounding areas.
Yeah, it looks nice.
Like, they've transformed it. And it's like they had a plan. It's like the little stadium where the youth team play and the women's team play. It's stunning.
Yeah.
Like, trading facility. Stunning. Moved away from Carrington. I think Berry trained there now, or someone trains Stockport, whoever it is. And it's just like, it's...
Yeah.
I wasn't surprised to see Eddie Howe because I called it a long time ago.
We're going to get into that as well, because I expected the Newcastle hierarchy to do better. Everyone's talking about it being a great appointment. I was on a live stream when it got announced. I don't think it's a great appointment.
I do.
I said it on the stream and I'll say it on here. The January transfer window for Newcastle is the most important transfer window they've had in years. Because with that set of players, Eddie Howe or not, they're getting relegated. With that set of players, they're going down. I don't think Eddie Howe can, and that's not a disrespect to Eddie. I think you could put whoever you think the top manager is. You can go get Pep, Klopp, whoever is not. That group of players is not good enough to stay in the Premier League. They still haven't won a game. In the bottom of the league.
Yeah.
Bottom of the league, haven't won a match.
No, they're not bottom. Norwich
No, because Norwich won. Let me check that. I know they were bottom of the league. Because Norwich, don't forget, Norwich won. Yeah, 1 second. Let me check this out now. I don't think it's a great appointment. I'm not going to lie. I legit don't think it's a great appointment. 1 second. Oh, yeah, they are 19th. They're joint bottom. They're joint bottom of the league. Newcastle have 5 points. Norwich have 5 points. Then you got Burnley on 8, Watford on 10, Villa on 10, Leeds on 11, and then Brentford on 12. And that takes you all the way up to 15th. No, sorry, 14th. But that's my point. My point being is that is not a good group of players. They are going down. They are getting relegated. 110%. They will and are getting relegated. if they don't invest correctly in the January transfer window. Do I think they have enough money to throw at it? Yes. But it's hard to do business. They can go the route of trying to go and just buy players, or they can go the route of trying to maybe go and get better players, but more so alone and just pay over the odds because we need to do everything to stay in this league. That's what they might. That's legit what the plan of action might be. But they're in trouble. And Eddie Howe, I think Graham Potter's a better appointment, and I think Emery's a better appointment. I don't think Eddie Howe is top 2 at all. Like, let me know in the chat, people. What do you think of Eddie Howe going to Newcastle? I wasn't like, not that I'd be thrilled about it anyway, but I don't think it's an exceptional appointment that everybody made out. Does he play good football? Yes. Does he have experience of keeping teams in the league? Yes. However,
no, but I'm talking about from a coaching point of view. The impact this man is going to have on St. Maximin, the impact this man is going to have on them players and the players that he gets in. I can't stress this enough. I've seen this man on a training field. He is a stunning coach. Stunning.
Yeah. No doubt on his ability. It's not an ability thing. Don't get me wrong when I say that. I'm just saying I think Graham Potter is...
Yeah, Graham Potter is definitely the one.
Graham Potter's a better, and I think Emery's... When I heard Emery, it's one of them. When I heard Emery, it's one of them. It makes you stand up. It's like
imagine he went and got Conte.
You know what it is? It's kind of like, yes. It's kind of like when Ancelotti went to Everton. It's like, that makes you take notice of what's going on. Ancelotti got Everton.
That's what I mean. Imagine he went and got Conte.
Got Spurs. I mean, Spurs got Conte. You're like...
Yeah, but imagine Newcastle got Conte.
That'd be a brilliant appointment for them. Brilliant appointment for them. Eddie Howe, to me, and Newcastle fans are looking at it from a different perspective because they've just hated Steve Bruce and hated everything that's going on for the longest. A bit underwhelming. I think it's underwhelming to me. But this is like their first marquee signing. Say they do stay up, and it's like, all right, they're gonna have a big window, and their marquee signing, big signing of the summer is... I'm trying to think of a player who's good, but he's not like at that level. I'm trying to think. Their first marquee signing is... trying to think of a player that kind of fits that moment. Aubameyang. We'll use Aubameyang. Great signing for... Why are you laughing? I'm being serious. That's why you're laughing, because you know I'm spot on. Their big marquee signing in the summer where Newcastle are going to go and be a force in English football is Aubameyang. Great signing for them. No disputing that. Gets into their first team. Though. Well, you telling me that's not underwhelming? When you look at the players we've spoke about, they've been linked with. Coutinho, Raheem Sterling, players of that ilk. Like, are you telling me Aubameyang's not a little bit underwhelming? Not that he wouldn't be a phenomenal signing, but it's underwhelming if that's your main marquee sign. City went and got Robinho. Everton went and got James Rodriguez and Ancelotti. Conte is going to go and get somebody.
Yeah, but you've got to... I don't understand what you're saying, but for Newcastle, Aubameyang, they'd love an Aubameyang there. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they'd love him. That's why I said slightly underwhelming, because I think they'll love Eddie Howe. But Eddie Howe is not a Conte. Eddie Howe is not Graham Potter. Eddie Howe is not Emery. Aubameyang's not Coutinho.
Mystic Mark. I predict these things.
I think they could go down. I'm not going to lie.
January is going to be key. You've already said this, but January is definitely going to be key.
Yeah, you're a joker, fam. What's I going to say? Yeah, you would dismiss. That's why I called you a joker. You would dismiss Mystic Mike stuff because you do call these things right. However, what I'm saying is that is a little bit underwhelming. Not that it's not good. Like Aubameyang would be a great signing for them. What I'm saying is your marquee star man. Newcastle fans are thinking bigger. Aubameyang's not Coutinho. He's not Raheem Sterling. In terms of marquee, he's not Robinho. He's not James Rodriguez to them. That's my point on it.
No, I agree.
My point on it. Big up Black Diamond. He said Rance had a video with Howe explaining his football philosophy and how he beat a prime Conte. Not gonna lie, that video was brilliant and swayed me a bit. I'm not doubting Eddie Howe's ability as a manager, not in the slightest. I'm just saying I was expecting more, and maybe it is a little bit of big club bias from me in regards to why I feel this way. I was just expecting more. I was expecting more from the owners in general. I'm like, you spent all this money, you bought Newcastle, you're the richest owners in the country of a football club. I'm expecting more. I'm expecting meticulous movement. I'm expecting you to move like the big boss. And it's not been that way. It's been a little bit sloppy. It's been all over the place. Eddie Howe was announced. on Thursday, but then all Saturday, he's still not been announced.
You're not wrong where you're coming from. I see where you're coming
Yeah.
from. I like the Eddie Howe appointment. And that's why I suggested him in the first place. And that's why I said, if I was Newcastle in that situation, if the Contes and these kind of managers aren't available, I would go and get Eddie Howe for the next couple of years.
Yeah, well, that's what they to me, they should have went and Conte, Graham Potter, Unai Emery. Get one of those three. I think one of those three is at all bad. And Eddie Howe's not a bad appointment. People don't get it mistaken. It's just a little bit underwhelming. That's what I'd say. This is, you know what?
Yeah,
this is what I say. You know how this is underwhelming? Because if Bruce goes and they don't get taken over, they could probably still go and get Eddie Howe.
Yeah,
that's my point. They could say Eddie Howe is in the running regardless. Any team who is in no disrespect is in the bottom half or battling relegation. Eddie Howe's getting linked with Norwich, Villa, Newcastle.
Eddie Howe at Villa.
Watford.
That would have been interesting to see.
He would have got linked, and he did get linked with Watford. He get linked with all them jobs down there. So to go and get someone anyway, Conte is not getting linked with any of them jobs down there before this takeover. Neither is Emery. Neither is Graham Potter. Because why would any of those three do that?
Funny you should say that. Speaking of Aston Villa.
All right, if you want to go into it, let's go into it. I'm just saying the Newcastle one is a little bit, go on.
Who do Aston Villa think they are?
What? How dare they try and do better for their club?
They are the Aston Villa Football Club.
Yeah.
Understand the position that you're in first and foremost. You man sold Jack Grealish in the summer.
Yeah.
You then knew that with that money, you were going to buy a certain amount of players.
Yeah.
Then players are going to take time to bed in. It's a transition period this season. What on earth?
I hear that, but you can't lose, fam. You can't lose 5 games in a row.
Right, okay, Norwich. You've just won a game.
That was decided.
How are you sacking the manager after you've just won a game? No. Make it make sense, people.
With the Norwich one, that was done beforehand. That was done before. I believe 100% with the international break coming up, that was done before that game.
Honestly,
you know what it was like?
It
was like Bilic when he got sacked after the draw at Etihad. That's done beforehand.
Make it make sense.
That makes it make sense. It's done beforehand. That's done beforehand.
Honestly, them two, I was sat there. I can't wrap my head around it. Cannot wrap my head around it whatsoever. Because I'm watching and I'm like, Dean Smith's gone from Aston Villa. Are you crazy?
Nah, you can't lose 5 games in a row, though. You can't lose 5 games in a row. You can't lose 5
They're in a transition period.
I hear that, but you still can't lose 5 games in a row. You can't, fam. And they ain't played, and it's the manner as well. Like, go through their last 5. Getting beat by Southampton. I watched that game.
Spurs 2-1.
Got beat by Spurs.
Wolves 3-2.
Wolves, Spurs.
Arsenal 3-1.
Arsenal.
West Ham 4-1.
West Ham battered them. You can't lose, fam. You can't lose them. If it was...
the 16th.
See what I'm saying? If it was Chelsea City, Liverpool, throw United in that mix, or Brighton, you go fair enough. Look at the teams we just named. And it's the manner. I watched those. I did a watch along. I watched him against Southampton. Awful. I watched him against, you say West Ham. Awful. I watched him against, who else did he play? Name the run again. Everton, I watched him against. That was a little bit more equal, but they play well because Bailey came on and changed the game. But my point being is you can't lose 5 games in a row. To the Wolves. Lost to Spurs. You just lost El Sakiko and sacked their manager. Spurs are an awful outfit under Nuno. They were an awful outfit under Nuno.
It's just
you can't lose. If you lose to, that's why it was called El Sakiko. He had to go.
Well,
he had to go.
There's just, I don't know if this is the manager in me. There's just, I feel a type of way about that. You've just lost your star man in the summer. You knew you were going through a transition period this summer.
Transitional period is all well and good. You can't lose 5 games in a row.
But
that's relegation form. You can't do that.
Come on.
You can't. Fam, look at the teams they're losing to. You can't do that. I understand why. You can't. I said it. Beat Southampton. He's safe. You got to beat Southampton on one of... Let's keep it real. Southampton are not a good outfit. Wolves are not that good an outfit. They lost to Nuno Spurs. That's free. You can't do that.
Wild.
You can't do that.
And then Norwich, it's just like, what? Do you really want to get relegated that bad? When the game is sat your manager.
That was decided beforehand.
No, yeah, but like, do it beforehand then. Don't let him win a game and then sack him. Because it just looks wild.
Yeah, it does. Well, maybe that's why the players
who are you going to bring in?
maybe the players got up for it. Maybe the players got up for it, knowing he's going, and that's why.
Have you seen the message from the players? Some of them are heartbroken.
Yeah,
Cantwell's devastated
because he's been there a long time and helped them to what 2-3 promotions, is it?
So this is what I'm going to say. Norwich get relegated because they're going to get relegated anyway, right? I want to see how much they struggle getting back up. Who are they going to bring in? They've got to go get a Bilic or someone like that. Someone with that kind of experience from the Championship. I thought they were going to
go get Eddie Howe.
Someone from experience from the Championship to help them come back up because they're going to struggle big time. Max Aarons ain't going to be there next season.
No.
There's talks of Bayern Munich and everyone like that. I'm interested in him. Cantwell ain't going to be there. He's going to go. I guarantee Leeds make a move for him in January. I'll put money on the table for that straight away. Because we missed it, Matt. Come back to this episode in January. Pookie ain't the player he was. They are going to struggle.
Yep.
So, and yet they've still not appointed anyone.
No, but they'll have a plan this international break.
Yeah, but sack him during the international break then. How are you going to sack him straight after the game? Make it make sense to me. Well done for the result, mate. Yeah, there's an envelope. Nice one.
Yeah, he knew that it was done before.
I just don't get it.
He knew it.
Honestly.
I got it. The Norwich one I get them both from. You sound like Gary Neville here defending managers, but I hear you.
I'm not defending managers like that. Listen, I understand what you're saying about the 5 games in a row for Aston Villa, yeah. They sold Jack Grealish and they knew they were going to go through a transition period.
I hear that, but the transitional period can't be that bad. If you're losing to the teams around you and below you, it's a wrap. They're losing to teams around them and below them. The show is over. They lost to Tottenham Hotspur under Nuno. I don't think you realize how bad of a result that is. That's a terrible result. You know how you know that's a bad result? Because you know who else lost to Spurs? You know who else lost to Spurs? Newcastle. Spurs are a terrible outfit. You can't lose to Southampton, and it's the manner in which they're losing these games as well. They lost to Southampton and without a fight, and there's a talented bunch. You're telling me there ain't talented players there? They're not a bad team. They're not a bad team in the slightest. Yeah, Norwich apparently released a statement to expect a manager by the weekend. All right. So we're going to find out. Then I don't know who they're going to bring in. What else are we going to talk about? Arsenal, Watford. We'll talk about that. Let's go. So Arsenal 1, Watford 0. And the Arsenal goal, it was like the foul on Sarr. How the referee speak on refereeing in VAR?
He stood right there.
How has he not seen that?
It's not that he's not seen that.
Talk about it.
Every goal gets checked VAR.
Yeah. I'm saying, that's a foul.
What on earth are they watching? Maitland, is Maitland Niles, isn't it?
I'm gonna watch, yeah.
He blatantly body checked him.
He body checked Sarr, yeah, he did. Yeah. Maybe they're watching Squid Game in VAR.
I don't get it.
Maybe they're watching VAR.
Maybe they're watching I'll tell you what it is. Remember the Real Madrid game?
Yeah, and he cut to
when he cut to VAR and there was no one in the VAR room and he panicked and quickly tried to get it off. I can't on it. I've watched it 4 or 5 times, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot, for the life of me, wrap my head around how they've come to the decision that it's not a foul. I can't. I just don't get it. He moves towards Sarr to block his path.
Yep.
It's a clear foul.
It's without doubt. Like, I'm doing the watching, I'm watching it, and I'm like, yeah, VAR gonna call for this. Like, I'm just expecting the referee to call it out. I'm like, yeah, VAR gonna chalk this off because it's a blatant foul from open play. You can see it's a blatant foul. And how the referees missed that, how the linesmen have missed that, how the 4th officials have missed that, how VAR have all missed that is crazy. And it shows the incompetence and how bad the officiating is over here. But it's not awful.
Yeah, but it's not just that, though. There was a couple of times where I can't remember who it was. It was an Arsenal player who should have been booked in the first half and then should have been booked again in the second half. Yeah, but he only got his booking in the second half. It's like, this guy should be off the pitch.
Yep.
How is he still there?
Yep.
I think it might have been Tavares. But it was just like, listen, as much as he's might not be a great YouTuber, I thought he had a stunning game.
He's phenomenal. Yesterday. He's phenomenal.
Some of them saves.
Very good yesterday.
I was like,
someone who's been criticised and deservedly so.
I think that was a kind of performance where he feels like he owes it to the fans. You know what I mean? And he had to kind of get the fans back on side because that whole Liverpool nonsense.
Yeah.
Everything else.
Having Salah in his fantasy Premier League team.
Yeah. And then he's talking about Salah, and he's like, Salah asked me which way he would have go, and he told him, "Why would you say that? Why would you say that? I'm trying so hard to defend this guy, right? Just for no reason, just because I quite like some of the content he puts out, because I find it intriguing to hear what goes on in dressing rooms from Premier League players. The fact that this man, one, admitted he has out of his fantasy team on the week that he played him.
Yeah, after he
and
banked
him. And he captained him as well. That's what right. So
he did a meme.
Yeah. He then gets Paddy Pimblett, UFC fighter, Liverpool fan, Paddy Pimblett, tickets. Yeah. Not just any tickets. Yeah. In the home end. And they get kicked out because Paddy celebrates.
Yep.
Right.
And he caused issues in one of the pubs as well, which was the home.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right. So there's that. Yeah. Right.
Mad. Go on.
He's then doing FIFA ratings for Watford's YouTube and his own YouTube, and he's then ringing. Will Hughes, who's now at Crystal Palace. Yes. What are you doing? Yeah, he's wilding. I can't, honestly, right? And then he comes on to obviously the Mo Salah's like Mo Salah's top geezer, like this is how you know he wants to be the best in the world, right? Afterwards, you see him speaking like this, and it's just like, if I'd have had a penalty, which way would you have gone? And I knew what he was doing, and I knew what kind of thing he was saying. But we might play him again, and we might get a penalty. But I told him I would have gone to the right. Why would you tell him that? Why? How do you benefit from that?
You know what? This is the game after football. You're gonna do the YouTube space, man. You're coming into our space, man.
No, because I don't know if anyone's seen this. He had Spencer Owen, who runs hashtag, yeah. So Akinfenwa was already said that when he retires from football, he's going to join hashtag. Ben Foster said this is what he wants to do. His contract's up in the summer, I think it is.
Yeah, he already said he's leaving Watford.
He's going to America for a year. Then he's going to come back and play for hashtag genuinely. Because it's the YouTube space.
Respect it, yo. Hashtag doing trials. Man can go try and get me kickball. Let's go strong. You know what I'm saying? Let's run it.
It's wild.
But yeah, back to the actual game. Typical VAR referees, the whole mess, making mistakes. For the goal that's not been spoken about a lot because it happened to Watford. Watford had the ball. I believe it was Rose who went down.
It was Rose.
Kicked the ball out.
Oh, wait, I didn't even come on to that.
Arsenal got the ball back.
I genuinely forgot about that bit.
Talk about it. Get off your chest. Go on.
Now, we're seeing Jamie Redknapp like, look, everyone's saying that Arsenal, a bit too soft. So this is like a streetwise side of him.
No, this is unsporting. Just typical unsporting. Give the ball back.
Like when you've got like oldies and you show a bit of disrespect when you were young and you call them round the ear.
Yeah.
It's the fact that Arteta then tries to defend it to Ranieri at the end.
Yeah, I seen them debating. Talk about it, family.
It's disgusting. It's like, for example, everyone looks back at the Leeds and Aston Villa incident. Look what Bielsa did. Bielsa is a man of football. Mm-hmm. They scored a goal when you should have kicked the ball back. Bielsa went, no, let them score. It's not fair. We shouldn't have done that.
Yes. Just be fair.
How dare you even have the audacity to pull a stunt like that in the first place after they kicked the ball out? And then do you know what the best bit was? Watford then had a play down.
Yeah.
Ball then got kicked out. Mm-hmm. Arsenal then you could see they was hesitating, like, do we kick the ball back? It's like, you're actually going to try this again?
Just sporting, innit? Classless.
It's disgusting.
It's classless. Like, yes, I'm all for being streetwise and things like that. That's classless.
No, it's pure classless.
Right, let's keep it 110%.
And then VAR can actually can kind of save the situation from getting really sour.
And Steve VAR can say, no, that's not right.
No, I'm talking about the foul line.
Oh, the foul, yeah. That's how VAR hasn't. What are they doing in VAR? They just chilling. They watching Netflix. I'm convinced at this point. Because they not spotting stuff I can see on my TV at home. Like they could call me and go, yeah, was that foul, fam? And I could be like, yeah.
Clearly busy with the Tottenham Everton game. Clearly busy. Because I can't, for the life of me, cannot wrap my head around. I can't. He clearly makes a movement towards Sarr.
Yeah. It's a blatant foul. And the ref's not called it. And the ref wasn't calling fouls. He was inconsistent in both. Even the Rose tackle.
No, like,
when Rose gave away the penalty.
Ridiculously inconsistent.
Even when Rose gave away the penalty. How's that not a booking? When Rose, clotheslined Lacazette. How is that not a yellow card? Yes, it's a penalty, 110%.
You know what I thought?
How is that not a booking?
You know what Rose did that in my head? I had Jose Mourinho in the Prime documentary. That's all I had running in my head.
It's Mimi said it there. Big club bias, bro. That's what she's saying. Big club bias. She's talking about
but
Jamie
like, but it shouldn't.
Jamie Redknapp saying it shouldn't happen. Yeah, she's agreeing with you on that. Like that's why Jamie Redknapp's doing that. Because if Watford do that to Arsenal, it's a major story.
Watford do that. Watford, bottom of the barrel, shouldn't be doing that. It's like, no, this is Arsenal. I hold these clubs to a higher standard. I hold United to the highest standard because they're the biggest club in the world. Regardless of how poor Liverpool is, I hold Liverpool to the highest standard because of what they've earned. City, Chelsea, I hold them to a high standard now. Arsenal, look at Arsenal. I just think Thierry Henry, that era, World Tour, that era, and I hold Arsenal to a high standard. Yeah. You're having to rob a game of football by doing a classless act to beat Watford.
Yep. Classless.
I genuinely put this on screen. I hope to God I'm at the game. When you man come to Anfield, I pray we give you man a beating and really knock you man down to earth.
Yeah, you're going to pack him.
Like, I couldn't, I completely forgot about that. It triggered me when I watched it. I was like, wow, I cannot believe you just pulled this stunt. And then I'm like, nah, VAR, I'll sort it out. And then nothing. I was just like,
well, spot on. Legit. That's what it is. If you hear ringing and noises in the background, that's because producers are around in it. Pi Radio don't stop working, people. Pi Radio does not stop. Please make sure if you are watching this live right now or you're watching this back on the Pi Radio YouTube, hit the like button and subscribe to the Pi Radio YouTube. If you're listening in via more traditional radio means, you might be listening in on DAB radio. Big up, and we appreciate it, whether you're driving or whether you're at home chilling or at work or wherever else or whatever else you are doing. Much, much, much appreciated. But it is. Yeah, we got to get the calls. Black Diamond says, why hold them all to the same standard? That's how to keep it consistent and get all the calls correct. Yes, that's what it is. But when you have, it doesn't matter how good, there's nothing wrong with VAR. The technology is fine. The problem is the people that are implementing and using the technology. That is the
same people that FIFA didn't want to referee their World Cup or UEFA competitions because they're not good enough.
Yep.
It's as simple as that.
Talk about it.
And then you see Smith Rowe's been called up to the England squad. Where's tomorrow's call up?
All right, going in the England squad. I know you're gonna have a lot to say on it. I don't particularly care.
I'm just stunned, like, because you see stats that tomorrow he's not been made a mistake in any of his 41 starts he's made in the past 2 seasons. Yet no room. But yeah, Tyrone Mings will get called up. This man makes a mistake every single time he steps on a football pitch.
You're not a fan? You're not a fan?
Are you joking me? I've never been a fan. Poor.
I've seen what you tagged me in on Twitter, actually.
Yeah.
The overlap. Audience live.
Yeah, we need to sort that.
Are you looking to go?
Yeah, we need to sort that.
If you want to go, we can pull up.
Yeah, we'll pull up. I think Lewis is looking to pull up. That's why I tagged you, because I tagged you responding to Lewis's.
Ah, right. Okay.
Yeah, we need to pattern that. But
okay, yeah, we'll sort that off there. 100%.
Yeah, it's just the England squad. It's wild.
I don't pay no mind. International break is just like, I'm just like, all right, I can chill a bit.
Nah, because it's just so hard to ask for consistency. Just in anything in life.
Yeah.
This man is the same man that came out and said, look, I will never pick players based on clubs. I will pick players based on form. Funny you say that, because Kyle Walker didn't play a game of football hard last season. Lo and behold, gets picked for the Euros. Am I wrong?
You're not lying. You're not lying.
Trippier?
You're not lying. You're not lying, family. You're not. But speaking of that, obviously, I'm just having a look at what results we've not gone through. Obviously, we haven't discussed Conte going to Spurs. You can kick that off. We'll start there, then we'll go to the Everton game. But Conte going to Spurs. Your thoughts? Because we didn't discuss it last week because we were not here.
Do I think he'll win in the Premier League? No. However, I strongly think he'll win them a cup. And it's worrying. It is very worrying.
As a Manchester United fan, very concerned. Very, very, very concerned. Because that's now a team you have. Now they have the manager to compete and they already have the funds to get there as well. And when I say compete, I'm talking about, I agree with you. Does Conte win them a league title? Absolutely not. Does he make them genuine contenders for the top 4? Absolutely, in my mind.
Oh, yeah.
Does he make them genuine contenders for trophies in terms of domestic cups, FA Cup, League Cup? Yes.
I'm intrigued.
European Super League, the Europa League, the European Super Conference League, whatever it's called. Yeah. Well, I don't know what it's called.
The one where they got the train running around the side.
Yeah. Where they got the Hogwarts. Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, the Hogwarts Express. I've seen that in it. Platform 9 3/4. And
you got Ruben to draw numbers and names on the back of the shit.
That's wild. Them man had to draw numbers.
Oh, you can't make this up.
Like, you not got a print, like, just go to your town centre. I'm sure there's a print.
Them man actually were in the changing room drawing, and they coloured it in. That's the best bit.
Yo, they did colour in between the lines. I do respect that.
Yeah.
You gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? They did a good job. They worked with what they had, innit? I got a manager who don't. So, I appreciate people trying to go above and beyond and utilizing what they have. But yeah, as the Spurs, yes. Conte, phenomenal appointment for them. Somebody I thought they couldn't appoint. I didn't expect them to get it. That's a statement of intent to go and get a manager like Conte. Is it going to all end in tears? Absolutely. Yeah. Is it all end in tears? But will there be success along the way? Yeah. It's like a film, like, the bad guy going to die in the end, but it's going to be entertaining on the way.
Oh, yeah. It's like Die Hard. You know exactly what the plot is, but it's an entertaining film.
It's like a Marvel film. Like, we know the superheroes are going to win in the end. And obviously,
if someone's good at memes, make a yippee-ki-yay Conte meme for me, please. Someone, please.
You know what memes cracks me up? And I've never seen one that's not funny. It's the one from Winter Soldier. And he's in the lift. And he's going down. And have you seen what I'm talking about? He's in the lift.
Yeah.
And then he's talking to the guy with the glasses. And then everyone goes, "They see them memes there? Never miss." Let me try and find one. They forever, like, make me laugh. Forever, ever. Like, always. But yeah, your thoughts on the game, because you're expecting a new manager bounce. Spurs 0 against your arch rivals, Everton. Thoughts? 0-0.
Boring game.
I didn't watch it live.
VAR definitely made the right decisions. Wasn't a penalty, and Godfrey definitely deserved to be sent off. And that's why I was so irritated, because I see Cresswell's shortly after. It's like there's no difference.
Yep.
But yeah, it was. Conte's got his work cut out. January is going to be very interesting for a number of reasons. Liverpool need to go and buy because of the African Cup of Nations. Newcastle are going to be buying. Tottenham are definitely going to be buying. I think City are going to go buy. I wouldn't be surprised if Chelsea did. There's a lot of teams that are going to be doing business in January.
Yeah.
And it's going to be very, very, very interesting. So, I am very intrigued.
Extremely fun. Extremely interested. But yeah, with Conte, not much to talk about in regards to the game. 0-0. You're expecting a new manager bounce. I do expect him to get players in January. Similar to Newcastle, I expect him to go again. And they are genuine contenders for the top 4.
Yeah.
Let's not make no ifs or buts. I'm here looking at the table now. They are currently sat in 9th. They're on 16 points.
Not a million miles away.
They're 6 points off.
Yeah.
Liverpool. And you wouldn't expect Liverpool to be there. Obviously, West Ham will be in and around it. United, I think, will probably be in and around it. I don't expect Arsenal and Brighton to be there. Everton could make a late resurgence for it as well. So you never know. Yeah, Villa been poor so far this season. But yeah, where else we at? Matches, I think that's pretty much it. I think we've covered it. We are going to cut this show slightly short. People will do predictions for the next set of games, even though it's international break. So what we'll do on the show next week is what we normally do an international break, and we'll go through every single team in the Premier League. We'll start from the bottom of the league and go to the top and rank every team on a scale of 0 to 10 and how their season's been so far. Every single team. All right, these are next week's fixtures. Leicester City, Chelsea.
Ooh.
Open midday, 12:30 kickoff.
Is it all?
Early kick. Leicester.
Draw.
I'm going to say Chelsea bounce back with a win.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was a 2-1. Chelsea nick it late.
Saying Chelsea bounce back with a win.
I don't know why. There's something in me that's just like, draw.
Actually, we didn't speak on these beforehand. Obviously, we spoke on Fark, but Brentford, their recent results. Losing at home to Norwich.
Yes. That was a wild one. I didn't expect that.
Yeah, like, because if I look correctly here, because everyone obviously whacks in Liverpool and they've done well, but to lose at home to Norwich and away to Burnley.
Yeah, they'll be fine.
No, good. And they lost before that at home to Leicester.
I think they'll be fine.
I think they'll be fine. I think they'll survive, but they've lost their last 4.
Yeah, it's not good, but you expect a team like that that's just come up to have a run like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they'll be fine.
Well, yeah, we're back to that. I just wanted to get into that. Because Newcastle, Brentford. Newcastle. I'm saying this is where Brentford. I'm saying Brentford bounce back and get a win.
I'm saying draw.
We'll probably run through this again next week as well. Burnley Palace.
Palace.
I reckon draw. Villa Brighton. We need to start writing these down. We're going to start doing that. Villa Brighton.
Depends who they get in charge. I'd say Brighton.
Fair enough.
Have you seen who that? Speaking of that, have you seen who they're actually going for? Who's on the short list?
Mm-hmm.
Gerrard. Who else is on the short list now? It was someone crazy, and I thought, didn't expect that. I'll come back to that. Yeah, Brighton.
All right. Yeah, Villa, it's hard to say with who they get in charge. Watford United. Is that Vicarage Road? We've Ollie's still in charge. Watford.
Draw.
Fair enough. Wolves West Ham.
West Ham.
I got a draw. Norwich Southampton.
Southampton.
Yeah, I'd say Southampton as well. Liverpool Arsenal.
Liverpool.
Yeah, I got Liverpool. And Sunday's games are City Everton.
Ooh.
City, Everton.
Where is it?
Is that the Etihad?
City.
What's it do? Last one, Spurs versus Leeds. Struggling Leeds as well. Leeds be struggling.
Who's at home?
Spurs.
Draw.
I got Spurs. They struggling. It's a struggle. You talk about 15, 2 wins from 11. Say, what's going on with your man's Bielsa, man? You had to play Dan James in front.
No, did you see the stats?
Now, what was the stats going? Talk about
So obviously Calvin Phillips has been injured. Have you seen the stats when he plays and when he doesn't?
Is it one of those a massive difference for them?
Have you not seen it?
I've not seen it. What's the go on, talk about it?
I swear I took a picture of it to talk about it on the show.
Yeah,
It blew my mind. I was like, wow.
Talk about it. Yeah, it's cool. Big up to everyone who's locked in. We are closing out the show shortly, but we're here every Monday, 7 p.m., normally till 9 p.m., talking all things Premier League. In the international break next week, not only will we do a Q&A, we'll rate every team from the 20th place all the way through to first in the Premier League and give our thoughts.
There it is.
Our score 0 to 10. Go on.
Leeds United have a 17% win percentage and a 0.5 points a game in the matches Calvin Phillips has won, compared to the 52% win percentage they have when he's in the team. They pick up 1.6 per game.
Yeah, that's a damning stat.
Look at the difference.
It's a damning stat. Damning stat. It's not good.
But that just shows that Bielsa's got a system which is very attacking. However, you still need that.
He's a part of that.
No, but 17% win percentage compared to a 52% when he plays. When he plays, it's 52%. When he don't, it's 17%. That is insane. Blew my head when I seen that on Sky Sports. I was like, I knew it was bad and I knew it would be heavily favoured, but I didn't think it would be that. Crazy.
All right, fam. Anything you want to else? Anything else you want to add?
No.
Great people before we bounce. And else you want to add? All right, big up to everyone who has locked in. Big up to all the regulars, all the new people, etc., etc. Large up. Each and every one of you lot, you'll be supporting I was going to say Sarcasm City TV. Yeah, big up everyone supporting Sarcasm City TV, because a lot of you have come over from there. Big up to everyone supporting From a Third Eye View on Pi Radio. Continue to support Pi Radio as well. Stroll, please see us out whilst I end the stream.
Yeah, salute to obviously all the viewers, salute to all the fans and everyone watching. Make sure you do subscribe to Pi Radio. Make sure you do go over to Sarcasm City, show your support over there. Phenomenal shows. But yeah, this is From a Third Eye View every Monday, 7 p.m. till 9. Peace.